To make you a real quick video on how to use your gift submission form. So you probably just got an email from me that looks something like this. And it's really simple. So there's just a couple things you need to do. First off, the main thing is that this link here, and it should have something about either your business name or your name in here. This will be your custom link to go in to request the gift anytime you need one. Also in here is a link to your gift tracker. So this will be where you can see all of the shipments you've requested and when they were delivered, what you engraved, all of that info. So we can use this for future when to look if you've already sent someone a gift. So a couple quick things before we move on. First off, if there's anyone on your team that is going to be the person that is submitting these gifts, requesting these gifts from us to be sent, please forward this email to them and CC me on the email so that I can follow up with them if they have any questions. The second thing is to bookmark the link. And this is really simple, so you can highlight it and copy it, and you would go up into your browser and do add a page, and then paste your, you would put in your link here where it says URL, and you could put like Cutco Gifts or whatever you want. But when you click save, that'll save it up here forever so that whenever you need it, you can just click on it. But also you're going to get this in a few different ways. So let's go ahead and click on it now. So here's an example of a client, and yours may look a little bit different than this, but they'll all be pretty much the same. First off is this video on how to use the gifts. Then it's where you have what gifts you have stocked with us. So you may only have one thing, you may have 3 or 4. And it just depends on what you stocked with us with your original order. So this client has, let's say, a small gift for smaller transactions, a large gift for larger transactions, and the spreader with thanks for spreading the word on it for referrals. So let's say they just did a large transaction. So they would just come in and give us the client's first and last name, the address for where we're shipping it to. Make sure you put the entire address. The engraving that we want on the knife. So most likely your gifts have one knife or the front of a knife that has handcrafted especially for, and then fill in the blank. And then the other knife or the back of the knife has your branding. So be careful with what you put in here because this is what we're actually going to engrave on the knife. So maybe if it's a single person, you would put handcrafted especially for and then Kristen's Kitchen. If it's a family, maybe you would do handcrafted especially for and the Jones family. Maybe if it's 2 people that live together but don't share the same last name, you might do handcrafted especially for Jim and Cindy. So let's do this one, and we'll go back through and we're actually gonna fill all of this out. So we're gonna go for Jim Smith. Make sure we're spelling everything right. They live at 555 Fake Street, Denver, Colorado, 801111. Okay, so we've got where we're shipping it. We're going to put, let's do Jim's Kitchen. So we're going to do handcrafted, especially for Jim's Kitchen. And then there's the target arrival. So if you leave this blank, we will ship it as soon as possible, and it'll arrive within about 10 business days. If you want, you can target a specific date. Obviously, it has to be more than 10 business days because that's how the fastest we can send it. But let's say you want it to arrive the week before Thanksgiving. Or we often recommend, especially for our real estate clients, if you have a closing, to have it arrive 30 days later because they're the most likely to have shown their home off to friends and family and to have to be settled into their home. So a lot of times people target 30 days after closing or after occupancy. Okay, order notes. Is there anything else we need to change about your standard note that we should have already had set up with you? Maybe you want congrats on the baby or something like that. And then we're going to put in the email for a confirmation. All right, so we're all done with this one. Let's go ahead and submit it. So it pulls it up here. If you want, you can submit another response. But if we come into our email, we will see that we just got an email that has that confirmation. So this is that same example business gift. So it says, hey, we received it. So this is how you know we got it. if it has the link in case we need to send another one, and it has the link to the tracker, and attached it has a PDF with everything so that you can check it to make sure that there weren't any spelling mistakes, that you have the correct address. Like I noticed that I wrote, it was supposed to be Fake Street, and I wrote Fact Street. So you can go in here and respond to the email. So I would go, it's supposed to be Fake Street. And you would send it to me, and that way we would know to make a change to it. But anyways, it's got all the info here, and we put Jim's Kitchen. All right, so now let's look at your tracker. So here on the tracker, we have everything you need to know about your past submissions. So first, at the top, we have everything you have stocked with us, and it's automatically counts down every time you send one. So this client has 30 more of the first gift, 8 of the second, and 7 of the second. So with this one, you can see it automatically subtracted 1 from this supply. Anyways, you can see that these ones here were submitted previously, and they're green, which means they've been shipped. So once we get this one, it usually takes us about 48 hours before things will be updated, but eventually this will show, since it's an ASAP order, it'll get moved to blue, and that's how you know it's processing. Once it eventually ships, and we have a shipping date and the tracking number, it'll turn to green, and you'll know it's been shipped. So this is how it works. So you can see all of these, any of them that have already been sent. So if we ever get it the same name, so like if we got this one, we would actually probably go, hey, Jim Smith, and you already sent one to Jim Smith, let's make this pink, and go, hey, you already sent him this gift. Do we need to make a change? And we would respond to you via email, and on the tracker it would be pink, knowing that more info is needed. If you had scheduled one, so if this wasn't ASAP, if it was supposed to be delivered in 2 months, you would see it go to yellow, meaning it's scheduled, but it hasn't been shipped. And once again, you can see what your stock is here. So that's it. Whenever you need one, you just click it, you give us the info, you submit it, it'll go onto your tracker, it'll get shipped out and engraved, it'll go out with your letter and everything. So that is the process. Thank you so much. Have a great one.